परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। परमानंद का अनुभव कर, ओ परमानंद का अनुभव कर, तू धन्य बना जीवन। ज्योति बिंदु, ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। प्रभु की प्राप्ति का मूल मंत्र है संपूर्ण समर्पण, है आत्मा चल प्रभु को सौंप दे तू सारा जीवन। देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे, ओ देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे, कर ले अभिवादन। ज्योति बिंदु, ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। परमानंद का अनुभव कर, ओ परमानंद का अनुभव कर, तू धन्य बना जीवन। ज्योति बिंदु, ज्योति बिंदु परमा।
Ram Nam. Let us all stand at this time. Let us all close our eyes, bow our heads, as we ask Bhagwan to bless the soul, the father of the home here, Ramesh Singh, friends, family, well-wishers, each and every one of you. Let us all close our eyes, bow our heads, and pray. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Parmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gagana Sadrisham Meghavarnam Shubhanam Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanayanam Yogi Virdhyanagamyam Vande Vishnu Bhavaiharam Sarvaloke Kanandanam Vasureva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Mukam karoti vachalam Pangolam gayatem garam Yakripatam tamaham vande Paramanandamaravam. Om Vishnur Vishnur Vishnu Srimad Bhagavato Mahapurushyasya Vishnuradya Pravartamanasya Advitiye Pararde Sri Shvetavaraha Kalpe Vaivasmanvantare Ashtavinjatishtame Kaliyuge Kalipratam Charane Trunarashya Resheha. Take the address here. Mission Road, Yako, Gaveha, Sriha, Vadrapat, Mase, Sri Krishna Paksheha, Chaturthi Tatauha, Sri Uttar Bhadrapat Paksheha, Nakshatreha, Shula Yogeha, Bhavakarneha, Meenarashi Site Chandre, Simrashi Siteha, Suryeha, Om Yog Lagna Muhurta Evam Guna Vishishthanamaha, Om Sri Anteshti Karmaha, Sankalpam Aham Karishye Namaha, Panchak Viddhi Shanti, Sankalpam Aham Karishye Namaha. एक बार बोलो श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, राम नाम सत्य है। सब लोग बैठिए, let's all take our seats comfortably. Without any delay, we start the ceremony. Pour water. 3 times, sprinkle water. Anybody? 3 times? Touch. Om Amukotrasya Pretasya Pratistane Shavanimit. Om Sri Jalanmaya Diyate Tavu Adishtatama. ओम गोत्रस्य प्रेतस्य चंदनं मया दीयते तव प्रतिष्ठिताम् ओम गोत्रस्य प्रेतस्य ओम श्री चंदनं मया दीयते तव प्रतिष्ठिताम् ओम गोत्रस्य प्रेतस्य प्रेतत्वनिवारणार्थम् ओम श्रीगन्धं मया दीयते तव प्रतिष्ठितामः ओम गोत्रस्य प्रेतस्य मृतिस्थाने श्रवणेन आसन मया दीयते तव प्रतिष्ठिताम् ओम गोत्रस्य प्रेतस्य तुलसीपत्रं मया दीयते तव प्रतिष्ठिताम् The body is the greatest gift that Bhagwan has given us true to our karmas. Yena karmanya paso manikino jagnena krinavantu vidate padira. And what we do with this body, this is what we will get in hereafter. Today, this is why we are dressing the body, the various offerings, as well as the mala also. ओम गोत्रस्य प्रेतस्य माल्यं मया दीयते तव प्रतिष्ठिताम् ओम गोत्रस्य प्रेतस्य मृतिस्थाने श्रवणिमित् श्रीः दीपं मया दीयते तव प्रतिष्ठिताम् पिंजरे के पंजीरे तेरा दर्द न जाने को तेरा दर्द न जाने बाह हर से तो कामो भीतर भीतर रोए रे भीतर भीतर रोए तेरा दर्द न जाने तेरा दर्द न कह न सके तो अपनी कहानी तेरे भी पंछी क्या जिंदगानी रे कह न सके तो अपनी कहानी तेरे भी पंछी क्या जिंदगानी रे विधि न तेरी कथा लिखी आंसू में कलम तेरा दर्द न जाने तेरा चुपके रोने वाले रखना छिपा के दिल के छाले ये पत्थर का देश पगले कोई न तेरा हो तेरा दर्द न जाने हो तेरा दर्द न जाने पिंजरे के पंछी रे The soul is compared to a bird in this bhajan, this composition, and the body is compared to a pinjara. Pinjara means a cage. You have a bird at home and you will hear the bird chirping from time to time. Yes, it may be chirping for your pleasure, but it also is chirping and singing for its freedom. And that is what the soul, the Atma, is yearning from time to time, freedom. Everything that we do in this world, it is because of some sort of indication that death is around. And everything that we do in this world also too is to get some sort of peace. And this is what we say in this certain Preta Tattva Shanti. That means that may there be peace in the hereafter. So we must stop saying we do not go with anything. We do go with something, devotees. If you go with peace of mind, you will go with that. And if the mind is not peaceful, you will not go with that. But if you go with peace of mind, if Bhagwan or the Lord was in your mind at the time of death, this is what you will go with. Ram Nam Satya Hai. A Pinda is offered. What is the Pinda? Dijam Mam Sarva Bhutanam Vidhi Partha Sanatana. The Pinda is the seed of this creation, the image of Bhagwan himself. And this first Pinda is offered to Bhagwan himself, all the devatas. That's saying that this is the last on behalf of Ramesh Singh. Amugotrasya Pretasya Mritistane Shavanimit Pindam Maya Diyate Tavo Pratishtita. Jalam Maya Diyate Tavo. Dolly, I know. Full of them. these dolis, these offerings that he has in his hands is because of the Panchak rites. He died in Panchak. So there is some additional rites that we have to do. Let us all pray for the peace of the soul, the Atma, in the hereafter. Om Vishnu Srimad Bhagavato Mahapurishasya Vishnuragya Pravartamanasya Dvitiya Pararde Sri Shvetavara Kalpe Vaivasman Vantare Ashtavinchatishtame Kaliyuge Kalipratam Shrane Shrunaradasya Resheha Mission Road Pyako Bhaveha Bhadrapat Maseha Sri Krishna Paksheha Chaturthi Chatoha Yog Lagna Muhurta Evam Guna Vishishtanam Panchak Shanti Vidhi Sankalpam Aham Harshe Namaha. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Every day there is certain constellation according to the astrology, and there are 5 nakshatras that are bad for death. When the relevant rites are done, however, then the soul has peace in the hereafter. So this is what brother is doing at this time. Om Vaso Pavitramasi Satadharam Vaso Pavitramasi Sahasradaram Devastava Savita Punanto Vaso Pavitrena Shatadhari Nishupvakamadushaha Vasubhyaha Namaha Pretavahaye Namaha. Let's all pray. Om Varunasyotam Varunasi Varunasya Skamba Sarajanasto Varunasya Rata Saranyasi Varunasya Rata Saranamasi Varunasya Rata Saranamasi Varunaya Namaha Preta Sakyaya Namaha Hari Om. Right shoulder. Pray again. Om Prano Ahira Buddhyaha Sano Tvajaha Ekapa Pratavi Samudraha Vishwedevarata Vridho Bhuvana Stutaha Mantra Kavishasta Avantu Ajaikapārāya Namaha Pretapāya Namaha. Touched by the left shoulder. Om Shivo Namasi Swadhistate Pita Namaste Astu Mama Hivamsi Nivartayam Yushena Dhyaya Prajanaya Rajaspushaya Suprajastvaya Suviryaya Ahipudhyaya Namaha Preta Bhumipaya Namaha. Let's all pray again. from the box and take out the पूषन्तमव्रते वयन्नरिष्य एकराचनः स्तोतारस्म इह स्मसीह पुष्णे नमः प्रेद्रहद्रे नमः In every situation, you can take one word and describe the whole situation. When I came here this morning, the word I will use to describe this whole situation, which is death, but this situation here in this family, is shock. And I pause for a cause right here as I see family, friends and others are wondering if this has happened. That's all. And the word I use is shock, surprise, other words you can use. And this is what life is. The reality of life is death itself. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityu dhruvam janma mritasya cha. Where there is life, there is death. Where there is hot, there is cold. Where there is up, there is down. And the list goes on and on and on. We all ask questions from time to time, but we shun away from the questions that pertains to death. Meaning that sometimes we think that death will never come. Why it is that the animal kingdom, death is seen in a different way. The dog, he goes very, very quietly. The bird, the insects. But for us human beings, it is different. Death is different, the arrangement is different, everything. Because devotees, nirmana mohandita sangadosha adhyatmanitya vinivritta kama. It is sangadosha, it is the attachment. The attachment to this world, the attachment to the body, the attachment to mother, the attachment to father, the attachment to children. And the whole Gita is about that. Srimad Bhagavad Gita telling us to do our duty even in these times. Tam tata kripaya vishram asru purana ulekshanam. Arjun, when he went into the battlefield, he was in tears because he knew that he was a warrior. He knew that on the other side, who he will have to kill is his family. Family, flesh and blood. Bhagavan Sri Krishna now is using the whole Bhagavad Gita to tell him, Apna karma kartabhya hai. Perform your duty. You are a warrior. Today the simple message is, whoever you are in this world, whatever you do in this world, firstly you must find yourself, find what the Lord has brought you here for, and I'm sure where he worked. And he worked as the best as he could. When that has aspired, then you do whatever you can do for your family, you do whatever you can do for yourself. and then the only thing that you can do is wait. But when death comes early, then we ask many questions. But for the yogis, yatanto yoginashchainan pashyantyatmanivastata. The yogis, the realized souls, they know that this body is the stumbling block. This body is the block. When I can give up this body, then I can go back to Bhagavan Krishna. So may the Lord continue to bless the soul, the Atma. May all that the sons do today, brothers, sons, the family here, may it be significant for the upliftment of the soul. And as I end with this for now, what happens at the time of death? The Garuda Puran, the Gita, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the Bhagavad Puran, even the Shiv Puran, all the Puranas tells us that death is very mysterious. But antakale chamameva smaran mukva kalevara. Whatever you are thinking about at the time of death, that will be your destiny in the hereafter. So this is why we say Ram Nam Satya. Again, Ram Nam Satya. Ram Nam Satya. एक बार बोलो श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. प्रेत तत्व शांति. May there be shanti. May there be peace in the hereafter for Ramesh Singh. So I'll ask Uncle Baiwa to come and sing bhajan, and then we have Brenda. I'll ask Brenda to come and sing bhajan. And while he's doing that, the immediate family can come. Mama, you just come and offer flowers. You don't have to go. Wife also can come and offer mala. So all the immediate family, after the immediate family comes, you can all come and pay your respects by offering a flower and something. Down now.
मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम. लोचन मन में जगे न हो तो, लोचन मन में जगे न हो तो, युगल चरण में ले लो राम. मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम. जीवन की जाल बिछाया, रच के माया नाचन छाया. जीवन की जाल बिछाया, रच के माया नाचन छाया. चिंता मेरी कभी मिटेगी, चिंता मेरी कभी मिटेगी, जब चिंतन में ले लो राम. मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम. तुम निराखो पापी हरि, मेरे बड़ी बाजिहारी. मेरे पास नहीं पुण्य की पूंजी, मेरे पास नहीं पुण्य के पूंजी, पद पूजन में ले लो राम. मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम. राम हे राम, राम हे राम. घर घर अटको, डर डर मत को, कहाँ कहाँ अपना सरपत को. इस जीवन में मिलो न तुम तो राम हे राम. इस जीवन में मिलो न तुम तो मुझे मदन में ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो। जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो, जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो, और कोई न खेवन हारा हो, फिर तू ही बेड़ा पार करो। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। तू चाहे जो सब कुछ कर दे, उसको भी अमृत कर दे। तू चाहे जो सब कुछ कर दे, उसको भी अमृत कर दे। पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा हो, पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा। जो भी तेरा ध्यान करे, जो भी तेरा ध्यान करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। तू दर्शन को तू दर्शन रहा, तेरा नाम के माला जपती रहो। गौ सागर से मोरी नैया हो, गौ सागर से मोरी नैया। छिन्मय जो किनारा करे, जो भी तेरा ध्यान करे। जय जय
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So we follow that one. Yeah.
जब प्राण तन से निकले गोविंद नाम लेकर, जब प्राण तन से निकले। चिर सोहता मुकुट हो, मुखरे पे काल लत हो, यह ध्यान मेरे गत हो, जब प्राण तन से निकले। इतना तो करना स्वामी, जब प्राण तन से निकले गोविंद नाम लेकर, जब प्राण तन से निकले। जब कंठ प्राण आवे, कोई रोग ना सतावे, यम त्रास ना दिखावे, जब प्राण तन से निकले। इतना तो करना स्वामी, जब प्राण तन से निकले गोविंद नाम लेकर, जब प्राण तन से निकले। इतनी मेरी अरज है, मानो तो क्या हरज है, वहाँ आपका फर्ज है, जब प्राण तन से निकले। इतना तो करना स्वामी, जब प्राण तन से निकले गोविंद नाम लेकर, जब प्राण तन से निकले। ज्योति जगमगाया साधु, ज्योति जगमगाया साधु, ज्योति जगमगाया, ज्योति जगमगाया साधु, ज्योति जगमगाया साधु, ज्योति जगमगाया। एक पिता के हम सब लड़के, धरती हमारी माता। एक पिता के हम सब लड़के, धरती हमारी माता। उद्यम कबीला संग न साथी, उद्यम कबीला संग न साथी, काला डंक बजाया साधु, ज्योति जगमगाया साधु, ज्योति जगमगाया, ज्योति जगमगाया साधु, ज्योति जगमगाया साधु, ज्योति जगमगाया। दिन का बहुनाय जगत में, माया में भर माया। दो दिन का बहुनाय जगत में, माया में भर माया। धन दौलत कुछ काम ना आवे, धन दौलत कुछ काम ना आवे, ज्योति जाया गाया साधु, ज्योति जगमगाया साधु, ज्योति जगमगाया, ज्योति जगमगाया साधु, ज्योति जगमगाया साधु, ज्योति जगमगाया। सत्संग का गंग वही है, कोमल जिसकी धारा। सत्संग का गंग वही है, कोमल जिसकी धारा। करे स्नान विमल कर काया, करे स्नान विमल कर काया। पाप न पार कराया जन्म गवाया साधु ज्योति जन्म गवाया साधु ज्योति जन्म गवाया।
Thank you very much, Brenda, as well as her niece. Ram Nam. So we have a few eulogies at this time. Who is the first one? So I introduce the brother of Ramesh Singh to for his eulogy on this.
Sitaram, good morning. So, I will start this lila, or what you would say, story of my family. When I could remember as a toddler, perhaps 4 or 5 years old. For those of you who may not know, my dad, the late Krishnath Singh, my mom, Angali Singh, Ramesh was the oldest of 3 sons. The late Ashram Singh, may he rest in peace, was the middle. And I am the smallest, the baby. We were a family of 5, so I'm speaking from around the 1980s, right? What I could remember. As I mentioned, Ramesh being the eldest was born on a Tuesday. I can tell you that he was my dad's favorite. Me being a little boy, sometimes, I'm following my father all over the place. And when daddy would visit friends, family, first person they would ask for is, how Ramesh going? And I would see how proud my dad was to talk about it. I would often say with conviction, with his chest puffed, Ramesh is really the ideal son that any parent could ask for. And sometimes by coming back home in the car, he would say, you see how people idealize Ramesh? Make sure you follow Ramesh. Always put that, always be like him. But let me tell you in my mind who Ramesh was when I was a kid. How many of you know the movie Rambo? I'm asking because a lot of people don't know the movie Rambo, right? But Ramesh, in my eyes, was Rambo. You all know the jerseys long time I used to wear with cutout, it's a cutout, the arm, and Rambo hat. Well, that's who he was to me, because he would always wear those jerseys. And yes, he had muscles, he used to lift weights, he used to pump iron, okay? Some of you may be saying, what muscle he talking about? But yes, he used to pump iron in them days, as he would call it. And I always remember one day in primary school, there was this girl who used to sit next to me, and we would argue about who brother more good looking. So I say, well, my brother resembled Rambo. She went on and on. I was like, no. I always had pictures of my dog, I had pictures of my family, and there were pictures with him. Now Ramesh had liked rock music, so he had the band Kiss, or some of you know Kiss. So he always had those pictures, and I used to sneak them thing and I had it in my book. When I take out the picture and I just said, look at my brother. Well, she started to cry. She's like, really? So when she started to cry, the teacher asked, wow, well, I get licks. But I always remember that story because, he was really the Rambo to a lot of people, this family. And his name being Ramesh. Ramesh has always been a consistent guy. He taught me about balance in life and not to ever study the crowd or what other people thought. It was about working hard for what you want and always moving forward no matter the situation. I recall when Ramesh was completing his CXC, he would do fortnight the fortnight days with URP, just transitioning from high school, you know. The same concrete pavement that many of you would walk from St. Helena to probably Al Carmen, he would have walked a few 10 days, as we would call it, long time, right? Mixing the concrete and the pavement, and you would ask, well, how come I remember that? Well, around that time, my grandparents would have passed, and we would have sat on the mango tree and looked at Ramesh. And what I would observe is like he would work like a machine, and they were younger people who were in the gang, and he would tell them sit down and take shades of mango. And he mixing cement. Then they didn't have machine and ready mixer. And he would just be working, drinking water, working, going. And he would allow the older folks to relax. He really liked doing things to bust a sweat. If anybody know Ramesh, he always sweated. When he got his results, he got a job at the Ministry of Agriculture at St. Helena. And he worked in the lab for a few months, for some months. He saved up his money and he told Daddy, I remember this clearly, you know, he wanted to go to AKF and further his studies. But this is when, you know, not forgetting Mommy, you know, he's a mama boy too. And Mommy was a little resistant of him going because he wanted to study in the school, in the dorm, and be for a dorm and focus. But, however, Mommy had a way. You know, she would cook food twice per week, sometime on a Friday, especially on a Friday. Make his dal curry roti and his favorite curry. And then we would drive over to deliver. You know, so some would call it spying to see what you're doing. Right? But don't worry, Nicole. Ashi and I never found out anything unusual. So we always had this fellas lying. You were the only girl as far as I could remember. And he would always, from since growing up, I always knew him to be a little, what we would say, OCD. And a perfect example is this house that he built. For those of you who enter this house and you see how this house was designed, everything is straight, everything is a particular way. And he was always somebody that, he never mind the A's. You don't need to get A's, right? Just do what you're doing good, and you can be happy with the B's. Because in life you have to always balance everything, make time for everything else. That was him. He didn't worry too much about scholarship and them kind of thing. Although perhaps if I think he put his mind, he could have done those things. But he always went through life relaxing. And always make time for family, friends. And those who know him, he liked being outside. He liked the outdoors. In fact, just last week, Tuesday for his birthday, we celebrated his 52nd birthday at a little small riverline. You know. Coming back to family, and my theme on this speech is family. Because if you enter his kitchen, and you look up on the wall, you would see a plaque, family is forever. To me, this is the motto to best describe the way Ramesh lived, and his duty as a son to his family, especially my mother and father, and recently Aruna and Auntie Soni. For those of you, Auntie Soni is my mom's sister. I remember when he got his first 2 paychecks, he was working. My mother used to wash outside, hang up the clothes outside. Back then, for those who know where he still lives, Senton. His first 2 paychecks, didn't even spend it on himself. He bought a washing machine for her. That was a big thing long time. Well, for us. And you know, being here since Monday to today, I've heard more than 5 persons describe Ramesh using these exact words. A fair-minded person, always objective, and he always believed in fairness. Treat you with fairness, because that's how he was. He never liked advantage or unfairness. That's the man I know. No matter who you were, he would stand up for what is right. Many times I know some people think he was too blunt, but it is just an example of his moral standing. It does not matter. Once you know it's wrong, he will tell you it's wrong. And what he stood for, especially with me sometimes, even with Ashi, when we were doing nonsense. Fellas would be here, sometimes we fellas relying, and you're doing nonsense, he would tell you in front of everybody. And he always had to remind you and keep you in line. He would be sure to let you know. And it's all because he cared and he only wanted to see the right thing happen. As with every moment in life, you have the pillar moment, or a moment or a lesson that as an individual you will always remember for the rest of your life. I want to share one moment that I will always remember for the rest of my life. It was a Sunday evening. Back then on a Sunday evening, you had Star Trek on TV at 6 o'clock. And I think they had Mahabharata on, I think it was channel 4 or 5. I waited last minute to do my homework, my maths homework. Now, them days you used to get licks in school if you don't do your homework. So I frightened. So I had maths homework on proportions. So I went and wake him up and said, I had this homework to do. Will you help me? Yeah, like you say, wait for last minute. Yeah, we'll both, no ways. But yeah, I listened to the lecture, yeah. And we sat down and he sat in bed. And for about 2 hours, the mathematical principle of proportions. And for those of you who know, that's applicable to basically everyday life. I had trouble grasping it. And today, the principle of proportionality, because of what I have learned that night, and I never forgot. And mind you, I got all my homework correct that day. That's the first time I ever got all my homework correct. And that has pivoted me to always focus on study in school and become the man that I am. My degrees, my work experience and everything is mostly because of him, because he would drop me to school when I was going to Holy Cross. He would say, I know what Arima is like, I'm not letting you go into that trap. And he would make it his business to drop me to school until I figured it out how to travel and all those things. Right, back then he used to work in Wallerfield, for those of you who know. So he would drop me and then go Wallerfield. As the years went by, as I mentioned, when I started high school now, he, Ashi, Terence, Rennie, Barry, Surin, sometimes I see Naim, I think I saw Naim. There's those fellas and the Ola, right? They had groups, right? They would take Curtis and Dr. Sorry, I mean Jared. And we go to the river. Sorry, why Jared? But it's just we would take weekend trips to the river. It was a weekend thing for us, going to the river. And for those of you who know me, my tomato stroker. I learned it from these guys, him and Terence. And on these lines, we were introduced to Nicole. I would always remember the first day Nicole came by us. My mom cooked curry. I was small. I was when I remember the first time. Mommy cooked curry and roti and thing. And she was introduced to the thing called pepper. So I always remember when she eaten. But now, you can say Nicole is a pepper here. Every following timeline now, I think these two dated for about a decade or more before getting married. And I come back to why. It's all due mostly, and I would say that I know, because Ramesh and his duty to family, responsibility, and ensuring that he never forgot where he came from. I always tell people that he stood with my dad, and that house that we built, it was him and my father foot on foot. He ensured that we had a home and we were comfortable before making his own move to start his own life. You don't get children like that anymore. His duty to mother and father, family, to me especially, to make sure that I moved on to have an education to support the home along with ashram. That was his first duty. And he told me that when we prove ourselves, he will organize. Because we always talk about 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years past. Anything happening? Alright? And to me, this first duty, every man should enshrine in their hearts, is an example of what that we should learn. When he built this house, you know, I remember, Nicole, correct me, he told Nicole when the house finished, we will sit down and sip tea. Now this house, as I tell you, he's a little OCD, but he did everything by design. He could sit and sip tea and he would look out his window and he could see Mounts and Benedict. For those who know him, he got married up there. His wedding was there. And even when he visited, there's a picture there, I remember, I've seen the picture. He went back to the pastor and he told him, you know, yeah, I could see from my living room, I could see from my house. Meaning he could see Mounts and Benedict. Nicole, you know, when I was small, my mom used to use me to bring and carry news. Now, you know, I was newborn, you know. But guess what? There was no news to carry. Stephanie, like Ramesh, I could tell you all, was like the best son. She was is the best sister-in-law anyone could ask for. And if I didn't know my mother, you had to pass a real high bar, high test. I didn't say nothing again. Even she herself would say, no offense to Wiley and Cindy, but Nicole is the best sister-in-law, daughter-in-law that she could ask for, no contest there. I will always remember the day that you all got married. I saw the smile on my mommy and my daddy's face. And everybody was saying, finally. And grandchild coming. But majority wasn't in the picture yet. They say, well, grandchild coming. Father excited. You know, some years passed, you know, him making sure everything in place before child come into the world. Then Jared came along. Jared, when you came along, my dad was the happiest man alive. You were, and you still is, I know in his eternal heart. Even with my dad and him, you were their pride and joy. I have known you all my life, and I am proud to stand here as your uncle. Ramesh did his duty, and he raised a fine gentleman. With respect, he was intelligent. I want to say something here today. You will be starting UV in September, doing what your dad would have always wanted. Remember, he was never about following the crowd. Always differentiate, do something different. So your career in biomedical engineering is a field I know you will make your dad proud. Don't worry, I will be at your side. The Terrence will be here. You have plenty of uncles here who will be at your side. Don't worry, I have some courses to do, so I may be in UV. Not to spy, but to just be around. And make sure you don't have no distractions. Because you know Ramesh, you know. Ramesh, I know, was loved by all his cousins. And he was being one of the eldest of Ashanti. You know, the respect was always there. You always saw it, you always felt it, you knew it. And I remember when he started his career after graduating from ACAF, he would have formed a special bond with Aunt Shanti, and Shimi and Auntie BT and our beloved late Uncle Chan, because he would have had to stay at table on for some time. He was a salt boy for a little while. You know, and you know, on behalf of Ramesh, I'd like to thank you for the support in Ramesh's early career. As for his friends, he will be missed in all the river limes, beaches, especially Christmas lime house to house. He will be missed dearly by Terrence, that I know. I know the two of you were inseparable. Rennie, his riding buddy. Rennie, I know you may be listening through the live stream. I hope to see you one day. And I know his good school friend, Amir. I think that's the guy who did the airbrush. I remember him. Right? Naim, Harold, Jan, Soren, Barry. And all of our boys were like brothers. We climbed together, we always together. And all of them are here today. Oh gosh, I can't say this one. Soren. Soren had a nickname, but I won't mention it. I got in trouble last time. Dan is the man in the band. You know the story, you know the story. Then we have, see Andy here. Andy and him used to long time going to school for evening classes. I used to always look out the window and see one two other leaving. And he was like his bodyguard. Nobody couldn't touch Ramesh. Andy did. Did some stories, but we'll talk about that. I can tell you we had fun times. I always tell people the experiences we had as fellas were very privileged. To his neighbors, I can't forget you. Because I noticed something, you would see me coming around from time to time. I'm a very observant guy. To Kelvin, Brenda, his neighbors. I know why Ramesh settled here and he was very happy. Because I would have met you all sometime, I think it was this year, when we had the little pool at the back. You know, and I see you guys are very close in family type oriented. And the support over the few days, you know, I thank you very much on behalf of Ramesh. Kiran, that is Kyle, Kiran, that's another one person. Arif. Yeah. Right? And going forward. So what are the lessons to take away here from the life of my brother Ramesh? Like Asha, they would have exemplified by their way of life. And I would show you by example in the Bhagavad Gita, but how they live aligned to the teachings of our holy scriptures. One of the fundamental teachings of the Bhagavad Gita revolves around the significance of family bonds and the profound love that should bind families together and ensure that the way you live through the family structure, using the family structure as a support system in life, it's a foundation. Ramesh exemplified that. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna emphasizes the importance of family in the journey of life. The family is not merely a collection of individuals related by blood. Rather, it's a sacred institution that provides emotional, moral, and spiritual support to its members. The Gita encourages individuals to cherish and nurture the familiar relationships, recognizing them, as I mentioned, as a source of strength and stability. Ramesh would lay his life down for his blood, and those who know him, that's a line that he would use often. His family is very important to him, his nieces and nephews, and he had a way with playing with children. When it comes to blood, Ashish, I'd like to say that he is very proud of you. You have recently graduated from aviation school, and he spoke about it, and he's very proud. And you have to do your duty like him. Continue to take care of your mom up in New York. I know you could not be here, but I know you are watching. Aidan, you are his blood, very close to him. He started primary school, and now you have to lead your home, Aidan, and take care of mommy. In terms of work, you know, the Bhagavad Gita says, working for yourself keeps the human or mankind in bondage. In other words, when we remain preoccupied with material gains, we experience anxiety, apprehension, other mental distractions, disturbances, which tend to block the road to our true happiness. When Ramesh built this house, he didn't paint it. I don't think it painted yet. He never painted because he never cared about what people thought about the outside. It's the inside of his what is important. So the aesthetic appearance outside is not really important. Wasn't important to him. But if you go inside his house, as I mentioned, we would have done some measurements and we used the word escaped me here, but there was a mathematical formula that we use to calculate squares and triangles to ensure we have the perfect window space and all that. But yeah, but That's Ramesh for you. Right? So he never let material things or was never bonded by those things. And as I mentioned, it was never about getting A's. The B's was fine with him. He always focused on the journey and always say, make time for your family, go outside, be outdoors. The Gita advocates qualities such as working with the motive of altruism, giving back to your community, of course your family, which involves being fair-minded, helpful, practicing good in all your actions, never being revengeful, forgiving others' wrongdoings, and keeping anger under control, never speaking harsh words, and fighting against injustice. As I mentioned, Ramesh was somebody never liked to see advantage. Anyone who knew my brother knew that he especially aligned his life to that. Ramesh was an indirect member of the Kiwanis Club. As you all know, this family is heavily involved in Kiwanis. Like Ashram, whenever he needed the help indirectly, he was there to support the members of the Kiwanis Club of St. Helena, of which our father was a former member and a past president. I myself being a past president. They always come. The library at St. Helena, the building, they would have, I was a young boy, and some same guys here, Terrence and Naeem and all the boys, and we would come and help out to the bazaar. We would raise money. All those money was raised to build that library there. So these guys would come and help on the ring game and all those things. Talking about more than 3 decades ago, right? So indirectly in his youth, he was involved with those things with my dad. And a lot of his life work will remain here, even though that he will move on. I know that he will have contributed to the community of St. Helena greatly. In closing, all of us gathered here today, physically, online. We are here today because of a gentleman known as Ramesh. His closest buddies call him Ram, and another name but I can't say here. This moment, right here now, he will have touched our lives directly or indirectly. His passing at such a young age teaches us that life is short. You never know when it will be your last on this planet, no matter your age, fitness level. So please you all, take care of yourself. Love your family, love your friends. As the motto he has in his kitchen, family is forever. Always smile. Always know Ramesh would always smile. And be there for each other no matter what. Cherish the moments with your loved ones. For the poetry and the story you create with the people you care about will forever be eternal. Thank you very much, Sutara. So now I will ask Jared, his son, I'll set the stage for you, Jared. Okay. So I'll ask Jared to come and say a few words on behalf of his daddy. Acknowledge Mr. Charan, thanks for coming.
Good day, everyone. Well, hold the mic. Well, good day, everyone. Thanks for coming. Well, and also more than I could have think of in the few hours that I had to think about this. But to touch on a few things, my dad, even though looking back on it before today, if you ask how I describe him, I always say he can handle. No matter what, everything. About driving, when I start to drive, everything in particular about, even when something simple as he picking me up and coming home just before I graduate. He'll come home early before mommy and he'll try to teach me how to cook. So I try to pay attention, but sit down, curry chicken, and then he go sit down, put on TV and relax. Now then, when I was with TV, I had that image. But one thing that, even though he could have come out as very harsh sometimes, I could say, he always come back and be a little gentle and say, I'm sorry, and give him a little hug. If not a little gesture to say, you're sorry. But now, when I was younger, I wasn't able to appreciate it. But now, as I know say, a big thing I think it impacted me the most is family. Before, even when grandpa was around, he would put me on the bed, we got little video films asking if he going okay when he was in the hospital. And even I give trouble to go by grandma, to tell her now, so one side already there, but to go the next side. But now, I could say, I could go for man. The one thing now that I truly appreciate, no matter what side, mommy, daddy, friend or family, is family. No matter what. Even as earlier antecedent, South has buried, I look forward, let me tell you. No matter what. And you and grandpa was around. I was just to tell them. And no favoritism, no? It's just a memory. Yeah, bust up shut. Even back then, now I don't get it as much. But I used to remember telling grandpa, everybody, I want that routine, no matter what. But now I'm not speaking. And since I don't take up too much time, one memory that I wish we could have done more often when I was in primary school. But mommy know now because last year he started to bus people fights. But he picked him up from school. So I was early, I was like, something happened? He said, no, don't worry. And I see him, we not take our usual way home. And I see Aruka. Next thing you know, we're in the river with all his friends, parents, everybody. And what madness this man make me do. But yeah, as I'm me, even to this day, I remember from time to time, I look back. Because with him, I was fine, even now, too simple. Gotta push him, put a little better dress. We'll go out, I get more. Come on, you can do a little better. Fix up yourself a little more. Even though he was like, go see the as handle say, return jersey, everything. We like to give him a little push. My father, he look a little nice. Tell him, you only came back not so long ago to go out. Tell him, fix yourself up. Yes, we meet in family, come on. Look presentable. But on a closing note, it don't matter. No, so, that's me. Parents, family, South, no matter where, Trinidad, away, Ashish, Antinera, everybody. I truly appreciate all you. Thank you for coming. And everybody, I truly love you from the bottom of my heart. Even now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Terence? Terence to say a few words.
Good morning, everybody. A difficult time for all of us. I just have a few words to say because I think I'm gonna cover everything. Gerard bust some mark, so I wouldn't get into the stories, but there was a lot, and we had a good life together. That's my brother lying there. I think that's all of us, I mean, uncle, aunts, everybody. We truly love this guy. And this was an exemplary person in our lives, and I'll tell you something. There was a poem written by Muhammad Ali, and I can't recall all the words, but there are some words that here that if you have a problem and you pray to God, and God send you a friend, that is a true blessing. And Ramesh was my blessing. think he was a lot of our blessing, but that was my blessing. And whenever I had a problem, and I would pray to God, Ramesh would be there for me. And I'm telling you, a lot of the things I have achieved is because my friend had opened the way for that. He went to school and he got his subjects and he got where he was going and thing. I looked on and I said to myself, I have to follow that example. I got my act together and I did what I have to do and I got where I needed to go because of Ramesh. So I owe him a lot. I gained a lot, I learned a lot from him. The way how he treats his family, exemplary. There's no one that I know who exemplified love. There's no one I could say. No one else. I could say that if you look at Ramesh interaction with all his family, you would see genuine love. And that's all I can remember. He left a good mark on all of it. He left Gerard in a good stead. Gerard has been raised to recognize family is first. And I know that starting new year in September, you're going to do your best to make your dad proud and all of us proud because we all love you too there. We all love you and Stephanie. You are our family. So in closing, I'd just like to wish everyone who came on behalf of Gerard and Stephanie and all the rest of the family, thank you very much. We appreciate the support, we feel the support, the love and the support that you all have given us. And to Rainy and Sir, and I know you guys could have been here, you would have. We love you guys. It's a sad day for us all, but we celebrate a wonderful life, and Ramesh lived a wonderful life. So thank you.
Thanks, Terrence. I know the both of you were inseparable and Rainy. There's three of them. Rainy part two. I'd like to, you guys want to say a few words? We were very closely family, so.
Sitaram, everyone. On behalf of the Caranese constituency of this, I'm here to just pay my respects and extend my condolences to the family of Ramesh, his wife Stephanie and son Gerard. I did not know him well. I am very good friends with Mr. Ramesh Singh, Mukesh, his wife, Sherry, Dave, Gura, his wife, Lauren. So the main reason I'm here is just to support them in unfortunately, this tragic incident. I was in a funeral earlier this morning. Ex-councillor Bim Singh and his son passed away on Constantine Trace, and that's why I'm here a little bit late, but Sarup and I made every effort here to be here to support our friends in this loss. It's truly a tragedy. I was there in his brother's funeral. It was last year, Mukesh? Yeah. So this is really a loss, a severe loss again for the family. So again, on behalf of the Caranese office and by extension the UNC, we extend our sincere condolences to the family and friends of Mr. Ramesh Singh. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Andy. Well, I'd like to extend the floor. The floor is open to anyone who wants to come and say a few words. Don't be shy. If anyone would like to come up and say a few words, family, relatives. Anybody? Anyone from his work? I'm not too familiar. Staff at work. I remember I spoke to a young lady on the phone. You know, and that touched me when I called her back because immediately when we got the news, the office called and I told them I'd call them back. And the girl was like, I can't believe what you're telling me, because we now get somebody good, a good boss in the office. This is what happened. Yes, so. Yeah. Oh, Jamil.
Morning, everyone. My name is Jamil. I work in the Ministry of Agriculture. And Ramesh and I, our friendship go back a long way from college days back in Ekiyaf. So it spans over 30 years when we studied together and so on. And I could tell you that his life was always one of humility. He was always a humble guy. Always a pleasant person to be around. And he was well loved by all his colleagues in the Ministry of Agriculture. And I can see here all his friends and all his family also. To us at the Ministry of Agriculture, we are not just losing a co-worker or a colleague, but we are really losing a friend. To some of us, to me, a brother, and to some of the younger ones, a father. You know, it is a big loss for us in the Ministry of Agriculture and to the family members. And he will definitely be a difficult one to replace. You know, he was a unique person in the things that, you know, he do and the way that he do it. He made the work easy for us, for all of us. He made the work easy. And even when he went in a supervisory capacity, you know, it did not go to his head, so to speak. He remained down to earth, and that is why his colleagues and his subordinates, they love him. So when he got the promotion earlier this year, they didn't want him to go at all. They didn't want him to leave at all. But you know, we have plans as human beings, and the Almighty, He has His plans for us. And all of us who are here, we'd have loved to have him with us many, many more years. But the Almighty plan is to take him to Him. And we must all remember this. Once we're born, we're sure to die. And there is no age, there is no color, there is no creed, there is no race, there is no differences in wealth, rich or poor. That is the ultimate equalizer. And as much as we love this world and we want to be in this world, we have to answer to the Almighty one day. And we must all live our lives with this in mind. And as the brother was talking about balance, balance is important. So we must always live our life seeking the goodness of this world, yes, but also seeking the pleasure of the Creator and the person who will have to be ultimately accountable to. And I think Ramesh did that. And so on behalf of all of us at the Ministry of Agriculture, we express our condolences to the family and the friends, and especially his wife and his son and his mother. I know it will be a difficult time for them. But you know, the Almighty says that He does not give any of us a burden greater than we could bear. And many a times we don't understand this. And as much as we think now that this is unbearable and we won't be able to get over this, time, I want to say to the family, Jared and the wife, time is the ultimate healer. And we hope and we pray that the Almighty give you all the strength and the courage to get over this and to move on in life. And so with these few words, I thank you all, and from all of us at the Ministry of Agriculture, accept our condolences and our sympathy. Our heart goes out to you all.
Good morning, everybody. I'm here on behalf of Factory Road, Mission Road, Central Village. People from South Carolina, New York, Texas, they are calling me. Even the villagers were just texting me and asking, "Come here." I say, "You all living in Trinidad and you don't even know what's going on here," which I didn't even know until Tara texted me last night. But I want to say on behalf of myself standing here, my sympathy, my condolences to the Singh family. And I would like to tell the living here, this is a celebration of Ramesh life. I know these children from where? We didn't say how many years. But weeping endureth for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. When we were all born in this world, even Ramesh, even though he's gone now, he's not here, his memories will live on forever in your heart. Keep one good thing that you all know about this man, and keep it, think about it, and try to improve on each of our lives here. We are on this earth we are on borrowed time. When we were born, God made a book for each one of us. The day, the time, the minute, the hour. And in the back of the book, We have the time you have to be strong, everybody. Remember when you celebrate his life here today, and we go to carrying, that is the end of it, but it's not the end of it. Those who are living now, remember when Ramesh got his job, his education because of his father and mother. He achieved things in life like house, property, money, whatever, I don't know. Even though I live right up the street when I'm in Trinidad, I didn't even know that he was living here in this village. Isn't that awful? But it doesn't even matter. What I want to tell everybody is, do a good thing while you are on this earth. One good, kind thing. That when you depart like Ramesh today and you are going out of this world, and somebody look back at you, they could say, you know, Tara did something good, this child did something good. You know, we can remember Ramesh, he did X, Y, and Z. I wouldn't say everybody know what he did, what he achieved. Think about it and do a good thing that somebody could say about each one of us when our time comes, that I could think about that person with love. They did love while they were on this earth. So Ramesh boy, goodbye, and everybody here, just keep good thoughts, clean thoughts, pure thoughts, and know that God is always in control. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much. All right. Well, thank you for those kind words, Faith Jamil. I always heard your name from radio. But in a good way, Jamil. Good way. All right. So, if anybody, is anybody else, my last call, last chance to say anything. Kelvin.
Hi. Ramesh was never Uncle Ramesh to us. He was always Ramesh. We've known him since, well, gosh. We've known him since whenever, since he's always been around, and I would truly say we miss him simply because he was always there for us. Whenever we pick and we have a problem, he'd be like, okay, let's fix it now, especially with my car. I'd always remember, he'd be like, why are you driving with that? Come now, I'm fixing it now, and he goes under the car and fixes it. And he's that type of person. He's always caring. Family needs meant everything to him, and we always felt as if we could go to him with anything.
Oh yeah, as Hannah said, I've been always here, but since we were growing up, Ramesh has always been there for us, as Hannah said. He was kind-hearted. He was quiet, but he was loving, and he took care of Jared. He was a loving father. He was a very good person, and I just want to say thank you. I mean, I just said it when you were alive, but thank you very much. May not have said it, but thank you very much, Ramesh, for always being there for us, and my sister, and everyone else. May you rest in peace.
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, that's something about him. He used to like to dig up the cars. If you always know him, he always fixing something. When I was small, he used to take my good toys and take it, scrap it and put back, well, almost try to put back together. I used to get vexed. I used to hide my toys from him because he would scrap it all, put it back up. That's a memory there. And I used to cry. Alright, so I'll hand it back over to Pandit Manish.
Ramnam. To all the speakers, God bless you for your beautiful words. And I know that He is listening. He's not too far, He's right around. You can feel His presence. May the Lord bless his soul. Ramnam. 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 Najayate mriyate va kalachinnayam bhutva bhutana bhuya. As all the speakers were saying, death is inevitable. So I would not say anything further. Is that where there is a beginning, there must be an end. End to the body, that is, not the soul hereafter. May there be peace in the hereafter for Ramesh Singh. Ramnam Satya. So I'll ask the boys to come. Ramesh, I'm sorry. Colin Ramesh, I hope you don't get up. And then I was Colin. Colin Ramesh. That's all stand this time. Of course, the ceremony will go to the cremation site. Each and everyone carry cremation room. Everybody is invited. For now, let us all close our eyes and pray. Say our last prayer at the home. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. One more time. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansach Mandanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagatguru. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Ram Ram. So we're going to usher the body towards the gateway or the doorway. Those who can stand up can stand. Those who cannot can take their seat. So we have two boys here. We will need three more. So lift the box. Ramnam.
Can you speak up? It's magnet. Okay, I will squeeze through. Excuse. So, the traffic recording will be on the recording, right? Alright. Excuse me. Somebody else. Excuse.
Sorry. Right? And how are we going? Head north. Come on, listen. Come. Annie? Where are you?
Yeah, I'll pop it out. I'm blocking.
Go on the side, Sam. Driver. Bring it on this side and let's go on this side. Grab a lighter. Go ahead. Block it to share hand, right? They have it. Right, stay right. Forward, 5 times. Pretty much, take the Pinda and put it on that side. No, wait. This Pinda.
Take that one on that side.
Check by the hand. See it? Wait by the next one. That one stay there. द्वार देशे पांचमे देशे पिंडो मया दीप्ते अवो प्रतिष्ठा उपनेन लकोयो जलांजलम मया दीयते जलम मया दीयते अवो come up a little bit very concrete. Take it. When I say Ram Nam Satya hai, you do it, right? Ready? Ram Nam Satya hai. Sorry. Annie, alright? All the lift up.
Turn around. Hold it close everything.
Alright, got a hold it close?
Are we turning around?
Close everything, eh?
Hold it close everything.
Close everything.
Yeah. Then you turn it.
Go ahead.
3.
Yes,
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
अपनों से मुख मोड़ के मथुरा चले रे सुना सुना लागे बिरज का गोकुल को छोड़ चले रे घनश्याम सुना सुना लागे बिरज का गोकुल को छोड़ चले रे घनश्याम
That's it, stop, Ben, stop. Keep it straight, huh?
Leave the cloth. Leave the cloth. One. Keep
it straight.
Set it straight. Left. Push it heavy on the back of the leg. Right. Push it. Arms. Yeah. Ready? Up.
Oh, yeah, let's see.
Sorry, garbage. No.
One by one?
Yeah.
Just two of us, right?
One by one.
Just two people, right?
Alright. Strong men. Yeah, we want to move it in. We have to. That's not even tell all they want to move. Yeah, they could go ahead. That's not even tell you. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Two men back post. Two men back post. One for the goal, two for the post. So, right? Yeah, straight across the line. So, what's that going? So, gas or so now? Gas or so? All right, take so, yeah.
Somebody other holy weight there for you.
Go ahead, I go just drop.
Yes, sir.
Somebody other holy weight here.
Left side.
Left side. Go ahead, I'll go ahead.
Raise up.
Go ahead, I go just start barely touch it up. Go on, left side. Go on. Go straight on top of the platform. Straight on. Go straight on top or across on here. Straight, jam the shed. Yeah.
That's on here.
Okay. Sorry. Right on you.
I go back there. Yeah. Buona cosa.
Something like that then, yeah.
परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन परमानंद का अनुभव कर ओ परमानंद का अनुभव कर तू धन्य बना जीवन ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन प्रभु की प्राप्ति का मूल मंत्र है संपूर्ण समर्पण है आत्मा चल प्रभु को सौंप दे तू सारा जीवन देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे ओ देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे कर ले अभिवादन ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन परमानंद का अनुभव करो परमानंद का अनुभव कर तू धन्य बना जीवन ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन बिंदु के प्रेम सिंधु में चल आज निहाले परम पिता का प्रेम पात्र बन कर तू शुभ वर पाले किरण किरण को निरख नयन से को जा मन में मगन ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल